Yeah, greetings all, greetings. So, I am going to share my story, my experience with a narcissist. And this is to help others, you know what I mean? To see the signs, to help others who are currently going through the same type of thing, you know what I mean? Who might doubt themselves or may thinking, is this person a narcissist, is this person not, and so on and so forth. I don't believe in just saving yourself and just helping yourself. I believe we're here to be our brothers and sisters keeper. I also don't have a problem with making myself vulnerable to help others, you know what I mean? That's part of what I do. I mean, I don't go around do like saying everything to everyone, but there's times when this has to happen, and I feel it's one of those times. I mean, it's all well and good just leaving things behind and cutting people off and all the rest of it. But at the same time, when there are people still impacted by the same individual and others, who are going through the same thing, you know what I mean, and suffering. I've actually been on TikTok and see live where there's so much wounded people, sitting there talking about the same topic and pondering about how they get out of it, and they want to leave, but they always find themselves going back and they're just getting hurt. So this is a very, very serious topic. It's something that, needs to be addressed. It's not something that people need to avoid. It's something that, there needs to be, cause even at that live, I went in the live and I was like, I was there for a while, for a short while, and I was like, I commented, I'm like, so what's the solution? Because I'm here for a short while and all I'm hearing is pain and doom and gloom. But where's the support? Because I feel like a live like that, for example, should have someone there to give people psychological and emotional support. You know what I mean? Psychoeducate them and so on, and give them a solution, a way, or help them then to find a solution within themselves. Because even with therapy, you have to find your own solution, but it's about wanting to help. But I feel like in an environment like that, when everybody is coming there with their wound and sharing their sorrow and their woes, and there's no one there sharing any positive story about them having been through it, and giving people ways of working through it, of empowering themselves, of doing some self-healing and so on. Yeah, so here's how my story starts, right? Just want to say, so when it comes to narcissists, right, they observe you for some time. And narcissists, they are people who, they're wounded. They need energy, right? They have this God complex where they feel like everybody should serve them and it's all about them, right? And more than likely, they have wounds. They have, trauma that they've been through as well themselves, right? More likely. But they're very calculated. So they target people who are kind-hearted, who are soft-natured, who are caring, who are usually empath. I'm a super empath. Yeah, they love that because there's a lot of light there, there's a lot of kindness and so on. So this individual observed me for a while, right? Observed me and realized that I am that person. They realize that I'm somebody that is known. They realize that I'm an artist and I have some positive uplifting songs and so on, and which people gravitate towards. They realize I'm kind-hearted. They realize on TikTok I'm a big gifter. I have a big gifter badge and all the rest of it. So they've observed me for a while, right? They also observe that I have not been dating nobody. I actually make it clear out there I don't want nobody, and all the rest of it. So for the person to approach, so just take this, just remember this, right? It's not, you never met this by chance. And when you've met them, trust and believe, they already know some stuff about you because they've observed you for a while, right? And they know that you're somebody who they can possibly manipulate, and who they can get light from, who they can get energy from, because they need that to feed their ego, right? All right. So this person approached, but the way this person did, so basically, I met this person before, right? I put this thing on this other dysfunction on the person is an artist and they came and they performed, right? All right. So after that, the person started tagging me into everything, sharing life, sharing life, sharing life. I never really went because one of the main reasons why I never went was because the time difference. And sometimes I'll get up and I'm maybe not able to sleep or something, or I'm up late for whatever reason, and I'll see I have an invite like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. my time, or I might see the following day and I'm like, it's a bit, late. And time passed, maybe a month or two, probably. And one day I was like, okay, I saw an invite came in. I thought, okay, it's daytime now, it's not too late. Let me just go. It looks a way for me to keep on not going. I'm alone as well, so, and also it depends on how I'm feeling, if I feel the vibe to go and interact with people. So I went. When I went to this live, it wasn't the person's live, it was somebody else's live. So the person was happy to see me and whatever else, right? And immediately told the host to bring me up in the box. All right. So what the persons did, because obviously they were glad to see me, and then this must have been something they had in their mind all along, right? So they said to me, oh, and they called my name and they said, oh, I'm going to go on tour. I would like you to be on stage with me. So I was like, okay, cool. I think I did see a post about that before, like person going on tour. But I was like, all right. I'm like, okay, let's talk about it, right? I mean, I haven't been on tour before as an artist. I thought it would be an opportunity. But at the same time, I need to get some details. So the person, so I sent I inbox the person my number, because obviously we can't really talk on TikTok to get into details as to what he's talking about and so on, so I can ask the right questions. So when the person came and started talking about the tour and so on and so on, and when they went into the details, I mean, I'm a big woman, and I pick sense out of nonsense. I said to the person, look here, don't take it the wrong way. I want to ask you a question. Because based on how you're talking, it sounds like you like me. But I want to make sure you understand. I want to know what I'm walking into. Because I don't want to go on tour and then you expect something from me, which is not going to happen. So can we address that? Do you like me or something? The person said, yes, you like me, but anyway, this is about business, it's about that, and I'm going to get my own space, my own room, and whatever on the tour. I'm like, okay, as long as you're clear on that, because, yeah, this is not a relationship thing, this is a business, you know what I mean? So if it's going to happen, then, yeah. The person mentioned about them sorting out my ticket and whatever. His manager, sorting that out and so on. But, yeah. So that was supposed to happen. But what the person was, after they spoke to me, they kept kind of like daily kind of checking in and telling me, sorry, the person is dealing with the stuff and whatever. But I find from very early, I kind of find that the person was a bit clingy, was a bit too friendly, was a bit too clingy, you know what I mean? And like contacting me a bit too often. I mean, obviously, yes, there's a tour coming up and whatever else, and we have to interact. But I felt like it was more than that. But anyway, that kept happening, and then the person now, and the thing is, at that point when we spoke, it was like a couple of days. I think about a week or something, or maybe less. But yeah, maximum, I think about a week, or maybe a week and a couple of days. I don't remember exactly. So let's just say a week and a couple of days then. All right, before they traveled, right? And I was saying, because I know I'm not 100%, because I'm not 100% well, right? So I said to myself, I don't know if I want to go with them from the beginning, or I can join them when they come into my country, because they're going to go to different countries. So we're talking about that as well, and I was kind of thinking about it, and, So yeah. And I said to him, what's the details, where you're going to go, and so can I have that, the itinerary and so on. Yeah, I didn't get that in the end, but apparently, you'll get it from a certain person or whatever else. But anyway, so then, the person got an injury, right? Yeah. This is coincidentally. The person got an injury, and I was like, this is a bit fishy now. So you're supposed to go on tour, and all of a sudden, no, you're supposed to go on tour and you have an injury. And it's like a couple of days before the tour. So I'm like, I was thinking, wow, so you're going to go on tour and then this is happening? No, like, wow, that's a bit coincidental. And then he was like, oh, no, it happened from like the Monday. I think that was like the Thursday we were speaking. And he was like, no, It's actually from the Monday it happened, but I didn't say anything and I didn't do anything about it. But now it starts swelling up and I have to go to the doctor and all sorts of something start talking about. But in hindsight, when I think about it now, I think that that person maybe wanted me to go into my pocket. Yeah. But that wouldn't have happened because based on the fact that, you know, he claims he has management and this and that and they're going to take care of my ticket and so on. Obviously, you know, if you become ill, then obviously your team should take care of that, you know. Anyway, so apparently the injury and yeah, even before that, just to say, right, this person was always crying and emotional and telling me how much they're suffering and how much their family don't care about them, and I'm like, oh my god. So the person was not only was the person very clingy, the person was also very fragile and vulnerable. So those are, become somebody who's a nurturer. I'm an earth element. I'm also a super empath. I also have a caring background. I also have a therapeutic background. So all of those things, this guy was like a client, was like a patient. These are stuff that my heart kind of reach out to and want to help with, and yeah, all of that. So this person, like I said, studied me, right? And and watched me for a while. So all of those stuff were stuff that he knew would have gotten my attention. And I was there trying to give him advice. I said, well, okay, he's talking about the past. And I said, well, okay, you've been through so and so, but you know, here you're here now. Why dwell on that and so on and all of that stuff? I'm trying to get him to focus on positive things and so on. So it's like every day there was a lot of interaction between me and him. I mean, I live alone. I choose, you know, to be single, and I don't really keep friends. So I have a lot of time on my hands. Plus, I'm on long time sickness. I ended up leaving my job because I wasn't well and so on. So I have a lot of time on my hands. Right? That's the next part of it. So, you know, as I say, idle hands and all of that. But anyway, so I was there now, and I realized it wasn't a very, you know, fragile. There was this person whose life it was on that I met him on, right? It seemed that they were close, but he claimed that it was his manager, and there was a really nothing going on between him and the person. But it seems like the person fancied him, and I feel like there was probably something going on. But yeah, but then they kind of like kick off. Yeah, partly due to jealousy, because yeah, he was jealous of the person having somebody in their box and whatever else. But I didn't get involved with that. You know what I mean? I didn't get involved with that. So anyway, so this guy, this fragile, vulnerable, emotional individual, right, who was meant to be on tour, who got injured, crying to me, oh, I don't want to let my family down. I feel I've let my family down, and so on and so on. And you know, what should he do? I said, look, even though I would be happy to be able to go on tour, you know what I mean, your health comes first. So look after your health first. And you were saying you should still go. I'm like, look, there's no, your feet are your vehicle. And you can't go on stage with crutches and, you know what I mean, in pain and all the rest of it. And you can't stand up properly and so on, because you like to deliver with high energy. You know what I mean? And you have to also be traveling around and so on. So it doesn't make sense. So I was supportive. So this person now that I was supporting him before, kind of like, I think it's from that time she was taking a U-turn, because according to him, you know what I mean, because that wasn't going to work out, because she was ready for the hype and whatever else, and because that wasn't going to work out, she kind of like wasn't too interested in supporting him or working with him or whatever else, or whatever. It seemed like there was possibly a relationship, you know, potentially, I don't know, because yeah, he wasn't forthcoming, right? Anyway, so yeah, so anyway, I later found out that that person was also the things. Let me know. I don't even go into like my story. I want you guys to take something from this. Okay. So this individual now, after he approached me regarding the tour, and then after a while, then incident, you know, injury. He needed some time to get better because his foot. So on apparently is a black drop on his foot, a block drop on his foot, and all the rest of it. So yeah, that took some time to get better, and then that didn't go ahead. That tour didn't go ahead. So that but that person kept on calling me and wanting moral support, always, having issues, not in a good way, and all the rest of it. And I said to the person at one point, you're calling me quite a bit, like always, yeah, it's a bit much. It's a bit much and thing. And at one point I said to the person, oh, just to remind you, that I don't want nobody, I'm not letting nobody. I said it to you from the beginning. And he's like, oh, why you keep on saying that? You know what I mean? Why you keep on saying that? Just let's see how it goes, you know what I mean? And I prayed for this, and God tell me it's you, and all that or something. But yeah. And I just thought, whatever. But just remember that I told you that, you know what I mean? Yeah, and we were interacting and whatever else, and we were working together. We were doing a live, so this idea of, because he had these links that he wanted me to take to partake in, which I couldn't because I wasn't based in the country that he lives. So I thought, okay, I don't want to waste this link and this opportunity. I know other people who might be able to, access these opportunities that will be good for their career, that will benefit them. So I made links. I contacted people to make sure other people get the opportunity, you know what I mean? And then I thought, why don't we do a live where we can promote, I came up with the name of the live and so on, so we can promote and work together and so on, and help these individuals. And then one of the prizes, or because we didn't want it to be a competition, but yeah, we said one of the things that people will get, the IELTS will get, is to attend, go to the TV station and perform and so on and so forth, among other things. So that was going on, and we started doing that. I think that kind of even made things last a bit longer, because to be honest, right, this whole thing happened so fast. I don't quite remember how long I've been interacting with this person. I was saying maybe it's about 6 weeks, but I don't think it's so much. It's so long, because we started interacting, I believe, in June. Yeah, but I would say maybe 4 to 6 weeks maximum, but I don't think it's 6 weeks. But let's just work with it and say 4 to 6 weeks. All right, so that was happening, working together. And then the person was, trying to like always calling, then being inside and other person or something. But I tell myself, you know what, I need to observe this guy, because I know that a lot of people, try to turn women into clients, and try to make it seem that they're in love with them and whatever else, and use them and con them. So I tell myself, you know what, this is not going to be about money. It's not going to be about what I can give to him. So I'm not going to even be free-handed with this guy. I'm going to observe and see if he's going to beg me anything or whatever. So I left it there. And I think about 2 weeks or so into knowing him, I think it was about that time, after we started working together, and I realized that it was giving the artist the link, and they were going to TVJ and so on. And I'm like, you know what? This guy is not a bad person, because even with this link, he could have probably even charged these people, but he's not charging them and so on. And I'm like, I'm going to bless him, with that little thing, because, I appreciate the fact that he's making this effort for these people and so on. So I told him, okay, I'm going to send you a thing, and I got his details. I sent him a thing just to bless him. I got one off, and I made it clear, because, yeah. So that was that. But what I find, this person had this way about him, whereby he wanted, I didn't quite get that at first. So he wanted me and him to working together and so on. But there's things I found out about him, whereby he doesn't really give me the chance to talk. When we're talking and so on, he tends to like, yeah, he's a bit of a controlling individual. I realize that. So anyway, and I realized that there's one point whereby I went live, and he wasn't happy about it. And I'm like, what? I was trying to get my head around what is he thinking is happening when I go live, because going live is public. It's not like I'm going somewhere private. You know what I mean? So yeah, I realized he had an issue with that. So he wanted me and him to go live together, or not at all, type of thing. And if I'm going on somebody's live, we go together and leave together. And I'm like, this is not something I'm used to. You know what I mean? I'm a big woman, and I have my own mind, and obviously, if we're going live together, we're going live together. But it doesn't mean I can't go live as well. I'm an artist, and I can't live in somebody's shadow. And if I feel like going live and promoting myself and interacting with people, it's my it's my choice. You know what I mean? I have my own TikTok, and I'm able to go live. So why shouldn't I go live? So I realized there was an issue, and I was trying to get my head around why he's saying that. It didn't really make sense. But like I said, right? Okay, let me just give you guys another kind of So basically, I'm not 100% well, right? I have major like sleep issue and other issues. I have a long-term condition, and I like my own space. And most of the time, in the daytime, I rest up. I feel sleepy and so on. So even interacting with this guy took a lot out of me, because not only was I not very strong in well-being and so on, when you don't sleep properly, that messes up your whole everything. You're thinking everything. You know what I mean? This person ran into me like a head-on collision, and everything was just intense. You just came with a lot of because that's how narcissists are. They come in with a lot of intensity, and that's why I'm trying to even think back and think, how long was this thing, and I can't even quite, because it's like most of the time I was tired and feeling sleepy anyway, and this person was, calling, wanting to interact, telling me his issue, crying to me. There was one point when I had to actually show him the machine that I use, because he was saying to me, "Oh, when you say you're going to bed, you don't go to bed, and you're on TikTok up and down," and I'm like, "What the hell?" Like at least it's not like you think I'm cheating or something by going on TikTok. So I'm like, "Hold on, them." I said, "Look here, look that's something here. I'm not well, and this is the machine that I use. And more time, I don't even, I might not feel sleepy or have difficulty sleeping or whatever. And I might think, okay, let me go and scroll. You know what I mean?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that," and so on. But I'm like, "But you didn't need to know that." You know what I mean? But at the same time, you can't tell me what to do. And if I feel like, say I'm going to bed and I feel like, oh, I change my mind or I want to scroll, it's not like I'm lying that I'm going to bed so I can go and scroll. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that was one thing. There was a controlling part of it. Then I was being accused. So basically, he pushed and pushed for a relationship, pushed and pushed, and I keep saying no, 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 no. Till at one point he said to me, no. I reminded him again. I said, "You know what? Just a reminder, I don't want nobody. I told you I've been single for 12 years. I'm not interested in another partner. I'm happy the way I am," and so on and so forth. And he said to me, "Oh, why you keep on reminding me of that? You're just getting me upset. Why you doing this? Why you doing that? You know what I mean? You don't have nobody. I don't have nobody. Why can't we just try and see how it goes and see how it goes?" Eventually, I just said, "Okay, let's see how it goes, right?" Because here's the thing. The reason why I even said that, we're not gonna meet. We're not meeting in person. He's abroad. We're not in the same country, and I just knew this thing wasn't gonna last. You know what I mean? I just knew we're not gonna meet, and I don't see him in my future. You know what I mean? So in that short time, right, 4 to 6 weeks, in that short time, it's about 5 times I tried to like cut off from him. About 5 times. I mean, because what he was doing especially when I said yes, okay, let's see how it goes and whatever, because I kind of feel like I didn't have a choice. I mean, I had, but at that point, you know what I mean, we were working together, the life was going good, people liked the chemistry, people were getting support, you know what I mean, the artists that were coming there were happy about, what was coming out of it, people were giving us good feedback and so on. So it became like a working relationship, then he was pushing for a relationship, and then people see us and think that we're together, and he's making it seem like, well, he was calling me wife from the very beginning, and saying he loved me from the very beginning. And at one point he said he loved me, and I didn't. I said thanks, and he's like, "So why you don't say you love me back?" I'm like, "Well, I don't feel it, so I'm not gonna say it until I actually feel it. Why should I say it? You know what I mean? Because you want me to say it." Anyway, so this guy, he manipulates. He accused me of going with everybody. I mean, somebody like me who have been single for how many years, who live alone. He even said to me, he want to sleep with me on the phone. He put video call on and stay. I agree to it. Because you know what? I know that he's watching. I know that you want to see. You're just so obsessed, so insecure. You know what I mean? And I'm like, geez, this guy. Yeah. I thought to myself, something wrong with him. But anyway, so he accused me. I even post for this artist. Like, I like the music and I posted his music a couple times. And he's accusing me of being with the artist. And saying, oh, me must have his number. Because from every day that I post, I must find him and get them. Not saying that. I don't even have this artist's number. Right? But they never even interact. But I'm like him post. And or me post something about him and he might like it or comment. You know what I mean? That's it. Just like TikTok interaction, that's all. Not outside of TikTok, you know what I mean? Yeah, but he was accusing me of everything, and then there was this person who was being rude about me and stuff on TikTok, and then he must have went there and heard it and tried to stop it and whatever, and then he came to me and telling me, no, the video called me and showed me what I go on and thing, and I said to him, look, nothing happened. So I went on my WhatsApp and decided to screen record everything that me and the person interacted. Because from last year, man, I blocked the person. You know what I mean? And I posted it and sent it to him. He had the man to me. Well, if it's not him, it's somebody else. And I'm like, are you joking me? You know what I mean? So he's always accusing me. And the thing is, there's two things I hate. I hate thieves and I hate liars. And if somebody gonna lie about me, you know what I mean? And it's not like this guy have any authority to even be accusing me of anything. Because we're strangers and he's trying to push for a relationship that I don't even want. I'm just trying to accommodate him, right? And when I try to take myself away, he said to me, oh, you picked me up from a very low place. I was so depressed. I wasn't eating and you let me eating properly and so on. And now you're going to throw him back in the dump. I'm like, oh my God, that hurt me when they said that. Because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do that to him. You know, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try and help him through this difficult time because, you know, I don't have nobody. I have a lot of time on my hands. You know what I mean? And I'm able to help him if he wants to help himself because I have the qualification and the abilities to help him out of this place wherever he is, right? And I can guard myself and my energy at the same time. But I don't see myself going with him at all, right? So yeah. So there's, like I said, there's at least 5-6 times that I've tried to separate myself from him because when he started disrespect me and being rude to me and manipulating and yeah, it's just been, even with the live that we do together, we'll plan the live, you know, I'll create questions for the interview and so on, and he'll just go on the live and just do his own thing and just blow up everything that we planned, and that will piss me off, but I'll try to kind of hold it together, you know what I mean? I don't try to lose myself online, and then we can talk about it after. When we try to talk about stuff after, he doesn't want to hear, and he's just, yeah, it's not a good individual at all. He can't communicate. He wants you to be beneath him, right? If he's like, I shouldn't go live, and he can't come to my live. He's too high to come to my live. I should come to his live, right? Yeah. Anyway, so a lot of manipulation. Then he said to me that his children does not come around and the mothers don't allow them to come around and so on, right? Then all of a sudden now, oh, his daughter is there, she's staying there for the weekend, and then the weekend become longer. And I'm like, in my mind I was thinking, is this his daughter or is a woman? But I just dismiss it. I didn't even bother myself. Because like I said, I didn't love this person. It's not somebody that I see myself being with. It's not somebody that I see a future with. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tolerate him, support him through a difficult time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I didn't even care, to be honest. So I didn't even try to push it. This recording becoming it's my story, and it's becoming more of, anyway, I'll just continue as the spirit leads. So anyway, so that person was there, and he apparently is his daughter. I mean, he was telling me about her and whatever else. I never ever asked to speak to her, because there's one thing when it comes to children, right? All right, I'm somebody who I don't believe, like, as a female, for example, if I have a child, which I have children, I have a daughter and me and my husband separated, right? And I tell myself, no more man not coming around me, right? Not coming around my daughter. I want her to feel comfortable in her space, and I don't want no man to come here and mess with her and whatever else. So I decided I'm going to stay single. And that's what I've done over the past 12 years. That's one of the reasons. The other reason is to recommit to the Almighty, because I didn't want to be going dating again and all the rest of it. And just to say the separation was my choice as well. So it's not like him left me and, whatever else. It was something that I wanted. So it was my decision, and I was happy with my decision. So anyway, the daughter apparently was there. Sometimes he says he's gonna go and meet her and whatever else. So one day I was here and I got a phone call, and this. So basically, right, he has this way as well. Whenever he's upset, sometimes he will, for the day, because it used to be on my phone. But there's times when he tried to like ignore me, or he might not check in like he normally would and so on, because he's annoyed. He's somebody that is very, very petty. Yeah, he's very petty. Anyway, so with all the disrespect and so on, every time he rude to me and disrespect me, I would block him, or I maybe not. Yeah, I block him like on TikTok, or maybe I block him on WhatsApp, and then he go on TikTok and try to reach out to me and so on, and he'll be begging and pleading and this and that and whatever, and I'm like, oh my God. And there was one point when he said to me, oh, if I don't talk to him, he's gonna go on TikTok and disgrace me. And I'm like, oh my God, is this what this guy is like? You know what I mean? He's like a mama man, because what kind of man does something like that? You know what I mean? So anyway, he went on there, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I saw that he sent a video to me, and I'm like, you know what, this guy is something else. Apparently in the end he didn't do it in the end. But I told him, look, if you did that, there would be no coming back from that, because if you're going to go on TikTok and call my name, you can't expect to come and talk to me again after that, because that's where the line will be drawn. You know what I mean? Anyway, so he continued with the disrespect. You know what I mean? Sometimes he acts nice, and then next time he's manipulating, he's disrespecting, he's accusing me of all sorts and all the rest of it. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what, this is too much. So the last straw was so basically, when he realized he wasn't getting his way, and I wasn't like being free-handed with him financially, like giving him, because there's one time after I gave him the money the first time, right? There was one time when you say, oh babes, put some money on my phone, and I'm like, that pissed me off. But the reason why it annoyed me, because he didn't say please. And then I'm like to myself, no, I don't want this guy to feel like he can just, because I'm observing it, and I'm seeing the way he's behaving. I'm like, I don't want him to think like he can just come and tell me that he wants something and I just give it to him. And at the same time, I want him to be respectful and ask in a decent way. I don't owe him nothing. You know what I mean? I gave it to him, but I gave him attitude there, and I gave him attitude afterwards. I didn't say anything, but he knew. So he didn't ask again. He knew that I wasn't happy. So anyway, and one reason I was happy too as well, because I did some stuff, I kind of spent out, and I think it was after I gave him the money the first time as well too. And at that point, I had some funds, but I distribute my funds all over the place. So I kind of have a little now to kind of like last me, and then I'm like, this guy just come suddenly now, and then I have to go and touch what they want to touch and so on. That kind of annoyed me as well. But anyway, so that happened. Then there was another time when we were supposed to go live, and he waited all day, and then decided to message me about an hour and a half or something like that before the time, saying to me, oh, I don't have credit to go live. But because I know what he was after, I just went online and put a message out that there will be no live tonight, because I thought to myself, if he believe I'm going to give him credit for his phone, if next thing coming. Because I realized, so mentally we were having a mental war, psychological war, because I realized what he's up to. He's showing his dirty color. So I was kind of tolerating him at that point. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I was not letting him have his way, because he was being disrespectful and all the rest of it, and he was showing his true colors. So I realized what was going on. I think a part of hanging around was damage control as well. Because I realized that he was a loose cannon. And I realized he was bent on tarnishing my name and all the rest of it. Not that he had nothing over me, but at the same time, when people are wicked, you know what I mean, and lie and all the rest of it, then yeah. And I don't like disgrace. So that's kind of why, you know what I mean, I just thought, oh. But anyway, so that night now when I cancelled, he went on and he was upset because in the end apparently he must have gotten credit. I'm sure he had credit all along, but he was just trying to get me to send. But I was like, let me show you something. Let me go and cancel this shit. Because since you want to say, wait all day and tell me when it's appointed time, like, you know what I mean, I should go on top of your phone. I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? You're not my kid. So anyway, I didn't say all that to him. I just literally got the message, went online and just said, no show tonight, and just carried on my life. So he went now and he was upset and went on the line, and when I came on he was angry, but I just calmed him down and tell him it's fine, whatever, and you know what I mean, I was able to kind of take the situation, yeah, and went and do the DJing and whatever else, and then the live kind of went good, yeah. So thereafter, right, so before that time, when he realized that I'm not, because there's this thing with narcissists, they want to have control over you. They want to have full control. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want you to be psychologically challenging them. You know what I mean? They don't want you to be going, like, not doing what they want you to do, basically. So what he was doing in that time, he was talking to some females, right, who was on the live, coming to the live, trying to turn the people against me. Because what they do, they're very calculated, trying to turn the people against me and tell them lies that I said this about them, I said that about them, and so on. And then trying to get some of them to replace me, right? All right. So you went and tell people, there was something that he told somebody. The thing is, right, some of these women, they're so weak and they're so stupid, right? There's this woman that he told that, oh, I said that she tried to sleep with my boyfriend in my house on my birthday. And I'm like, he told me that he told her that. And I'm like, how can she even believe that? I never even met her in real life. You know what I mean? So the thing is with him, he can be very charming. You know what I mean? And people like that, they're very cunning. Like they say, cunning like a fox. They're very cunning. And these people buy all of this stuff. He told this other woman that I hate her. I don't hate her. I don't like her energy that she's given me from day one. So I avoid her, but I don't hate her. And she took that on board as well. And he's tell people all kinds of things. Anyway, so there was one night now when I just blew up and cussed him out, and that was just it. I just had enough. So basically, right, conversing with this man is like banging my head into a brick wall. So conversation was no. And bearing in mind, like I said, I wasn't well, right? I wasn't well. And not, when you don't sleep, and it's been happening for years now, you don't sleep well, and you're always tired and all the rest of it, it affects your mental health, it affects your well-being, your emotional state, it affects your function for the day and so on. And him running into me like that and just throwing all this shit on me and always crying and emotional and so on, that also messed me up as well. You know what I mean? Me not sleeping well and so on. And even coming with all this baggage when I have my own crap dealing with it and all the rest of it. Even my daughter supporting as well, who needed my time and support, right? And then always know, not only that, it's not like he was in my life and helping me. He was in my life and draining my energy, pissing me off all the time, having me cussing backward and forward, getting me angry. It was just a mess. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm trying to save this guy, but you know what? I need to save myself right now. Because this man is draining me. He's destroying my peace. I was living in alone, living happy and at peace. I'm a loner. I don't need a man. I don't need company. And this guy come now, pushing himself on me, forcing a relationship that I don't even want or need. I don't even like him like that. He's not somebody that I see and think, oh wow, I'll talk to him. No. And even when he was pushing himself on me, it was more to do with character, because it's not like I'm attracted to his appearance. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, it was just a lot. And, yeah, I just kind of thought to myself, this is too much. So one night now, right, when I realized that so there was one time when I was on the live and this person came, the person that he told that I hate her. She came on the live and he right in the chat, he was doing stuff to annoy me as well. He write in the chat, oh, you're going to be our guest next week, or special guest next week. And I'm like, How can she be? In my mind, I'm thinking, why didn't you talk to me about it? Because we're working as a team, as partners. So why you don't tell me? You know, discuss this thing before. But you, at that time, you were already turning them against me. Because I realized the woman come on the live and she didn't acknowledge me. And immediately she came. He's like, oh, you want to come in the SG? You want to come in the box? And you know, him and her talking, and so I'm like, something not right. These people are planning something. You know, so I saw it. And that night when he did the woman's ladies' night, that was when, yeah, cause all of them there, he's been talking to them behind my back and turning them against me. Not that I give a shit, because there's no one there that deserves my respect anyway. And I proved that. In the end, because all of them took everything he said, swallowed it, and pretty much, yeah, believed. You know what I mean? A lot of some of these women are even women who's been through stuff, right? With men. Yeah. And should have known better. But they didn't know better. Because this man manipulated them. So they might be desperate for a man or whatever else. Or desperate for acknowledgement or whatever else. But anyway. So he turned them against me and he pissed me off on live, obviously. There's one time where I just left because he spoke to me in a disrespectful manner. I'm like, I'm not taking disrespect, so I left. And he was supposed to apologize to me. I told him I'm not coming back over there because the way he spoke to me, there's no way I'm coming back. And he just said examples for a woman who don't have a voice, that they shouldn't tolerate this very online in front of people. You know what I mean? So he said to me, okay, will you come back if I apologize? I'm like, well, the only way I'll come back is to apologize at the beginning of the live before I start. I went to the live, that was the interview, and he didn't apologize. The live started, and I'm like, what's going on here? And he played some music. I said to him, I tried to kind of ask him, but I thought, let me not even ask. So I did one interview, and my spirit was so cross. I'm like, this guy didn't apologize, and that wasn't the plan that we had. So I wasn't saying to him, let's take over the second interview because, you know, this, I'm not feeling, you know. But anyway, I managed to do both interviews, and then I was like, you know what, I was boiling by that point, and I made a comment. I'm like, you were supposed to apologize, you didn't apologize, and I'm not happy about this, and it messed up my mood. And then he didn't like that now and start saying I'm childish and all the rest of it, you know what I mean? Yeah, because he disrespect me, imagine, talk to me a certain way, you know he shouldn't have done that, and then said he apologized and didn't do that, and that was public, you know? But anyway, so here's the big issue now. Here's when everything kick off. Not even a big issue, because there's a lot of issues. But here's the thing that caused, well, the straw that break the camel's back. So when I realized that he had a plan, and I realized that, well, I was on my way out, but I realized that he keep on throwing this woman's SG into my face and telling me, oh, put her on the roster, and the poster. She gonna be is co-host, and always like mentioning her every time, like to myself, whatever, you know. So I thought to myself, this guy's up to something, and I also don't like the way he's speaking to me, so I don't want to be a part of that live anymore. But I thought to myself, I am gonna do a live for myself, but I won't make it affect the live that we're doing. So I approached this DJ that I've known for a while. I said, you know, can you take me availability? I'm not available on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays because those days I'm on a live. But Tuesday and Saturday, I'm available. So the guy said, okay, Tuesday. So after I confirmed, then I approached this piece of shit. Oh, by the way, I'm going too fast now. I remember something. So basically, right, when I said to this guy that I'm done, at one point he pretended, right? I blocked him and everything, and there was a time when I said to him, okay, you know what? Since you don't want me to communicate, to say anything, and always, when I'm talking to you, you're always shouting and calling me down, and I can't get my words out. You're trying to push my words back into my throat. I'm going to stop answering your calls. I'm going to stop calling you, and you can only text me or voice note me. That way I can send as long message as I want to. I can text as long as I want to, and you won't push it back in my throat. So we were going through that stage, and I kept my boundary with that, and I kept my word, right? And I didn't answer his calls. He wasn't happy about that. So he realized I was losing control, right? And every time he tried to call me, I cut the call, or I don't pay it no mind. I let it ring out, and force him to have the message or so he know, listen, and narcissists don't like that. They don't like that. They want control, right? So what he did now, when he realized I wasn't paying no mind and so on, there was one day I thought, you know what, frig him. Since he want me to go live, I'm gonna go live because I feel like going live. I'm not gonna let him control me. So I went live, and when I was on the live now, he didn't like it. I think he came around at one point and gifted 2 people on the live. He didn't pay me no mind. He went. And he was trying to call me. I wasn't paying no mind. Then he messaged me that, okay, since you're not answering, I'm going to unalive myself, right? I'm like, don't be silly. You know what I mean? When I look, you send picture of him tying a he tied a ROPE up in the ceiling and show him what he's going to do, right? The picture with ROPE. Then he sent a video, which I didn't. I replied to him that I will not be watching this video. All the time I was on live. And I was actually playing an audiobook about knowing your worth. Yeah. So when he was messaging him, look, come to the live. I'm having playing an audiobook right now, and it's about knowing your worth. This might help you as well. And he sent me the video. I didn't open the video until long after. And the video was with him crying, right? Standing there, holding the ROPE, and yeah, which was tied up and about to unalive himself, right? I'm like, geez, okay. So I didn't watch a video at the time anyway. Like I said to him, look, don't do it. You know, you have your life to live for. You're a gifted individual, you know what I mean? You have your children and so on. Don't forget to say you're a proud father and all the rest of it. But I tell myself I'm not leaving because that time I was taking my power back. He didn't like that, right? So what he did that same evening, because he was very angry and he realized that he lost control, and he's like, oh, I can see now that you don't love me and you really don't care. And that's the same evening he went online to disgrace me. Right? Would try to disgrace me, try to destroy me. But yeah, I also forget something else as well. So the night before that was when things took a head. So when the guy told me that he was available on Tuesdays, I said to him, okay, we'll do Tuesday. We're going to start something called Sweet Melody Tuesdays, right? So I said to him, out of respect, and I said to him, look, oh, by the way, I've spoken to this DJ and he's available. I'm going to start a show for myself. Going to be on Tuesdays. It won't affect our show. Oh my God, he got so angry. He accused me of Mr. There with the man and worry for something and something. The amount of disgrace, the man disgraced me and rude to me and disrespect me that night. Me say, I cuss out him parts, you see. I cuss out him chicken back, you see. I tell him SYM, I tell him everything I saw that night there. That night I was so angry. I'm like, this is it now. You've disrespected me enough and accused me of too much shit now. So this is it. This is where I'm taking my because bearing in mind I started taking my power back already. So I was like, this is it, I'm done. This is the last time you're gonna disrespect me and accuse me of being with somebody that I'm not even in the slightest even attracted to. You know what I mean? All this you're talking about are people that I'm not even in the slightest. I'm not even you know, it really pisses me off. You know when you know that you're not that kind of person and you just here holding your own. At 12 years young and with nobody. And this like a dirty piece of crap coming to accuse me of dealing with everybody. Right? And even him to even try to get through to me, he must play tricks. I say to him, look, if you didn't come to me about 2, you would never have my number. So you would never even have the chance to even play all these tricks. Right? And you kind of overused it. And there's people in the past who have blocked for that reason. Whereby they have my number for one reason or for something else, and I end up blocking their ass. You know how much people right now where me just block or just not deal with because they pass in place. Right? He's just so, I'm telling you, he's so lucky. But because it's not even luck. He planned it. Right? And he studied me. So that's the thing. It's not even about luck. Right? He's very tactical. But anyway, so that night now, the night before, like I said, the cussing was so much. So I told him SYM as well. Because that night, after I finished, I was like, oh my God. I said, God, I have to ask forgiveness from God. I'm like, I sinned against God. Because I was so angry. I really cursed him out. Because I feel like, I'm like, this dirty boy. When I cussed him, I say, he was saying to me, oh, the way you talk to me, like you don't, like, it made me feel like shit. Like you don't have children. Yeah, I had to deal with him that night. Trust me. What do you mean? My words are meant to heal and to uplift. But if I find somebody who's a nasty piece of work, who's trying to be destroying people and so on, and they let me find out what they are and they don't want to change or whatever, when I don't tear them apart, I'm telling you, I'm not going to find them parts. Yeah, my words can also switch if I need to. Anyway, so that night I really tear him apart. So the following day now, even though I tell him SYM and whatever else, right? He's still trying to, because he was very hungry and whatever else and whatever else. But the following day was when I went live and he was still trying to get to me. I said to him, look, you're not going to be able to contact me, to call me. I blocked him. I think, did I block him on TikTok? Remember? But yeah, but still, the only thing he can do is text me or voice note me. Because he doesn't let me have my voice and I want my voice back. Yeah. So anyway, that day now when I was in live now and he's going to unlive himself and send a picture of the rope and all the rest of it, right? That day I didn't reply to I replied to him, but I didn't answer his call or I didn't call him back. I'm like, you know what? Don't do it. Alright? So I texted him back, but I decided I didn't care. I'm like, whichever way it went, it just went. That's it. Let the chips fall with me because I'm not gonna run to him. Something else he also did before that as well. He pretended when I tried to, alright, I blocked him on WhatsApp and he went on TikTok and messaged me, oh, help, I'm having pain in my chest. I need someone to call the ambulance or something. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, let me just go and check if it's true. So when I went there, he lied there and he was, before I know it, like he was non-responsive. I'm like, I calling him, not responding. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I was thinking, even if it's true or a lie right now. But anyway, so that was before the rope thing, by the way. So I was like, oh my God. And then I even started crying, like, is he alive or something? You know what I mean? I'm like calling him, then he said, oh, your voice brought me back. This guy is I'm telling you, I'm like, oh my God. And then he was saying I should call his dad. I'm like, but if you're texting me and stuff, can't you call your dad? Oh, call him on WhatsApp, but I didn't get him. Call him on normal call. So I called your dad. Apparently he says his heart is paining him and he needs help and whatever. But anyway, so I called his daddy. That came the following day because he couldn't come that night. And whatever else. So yeah, this guy, he plays so much tricks. He plays so much games. He's so disrespectful. And then, there's so much, in this short time. And just to say, right, he's making it like we're in a relationship. What really? Okay, so he started pursuing me, coming at me about the tour, right? And then obviously, because he wanted to stay connected, he kept contacting me and telling me, oh, they're looking after the documents and all the rest of it. And then he'll come and he'll cry about stuff and talk about stuff, and because he knows that I'm a Christian, he'll be singing in gospel and all the rest of it. We have like a little devotion type thing, and so he's ticking all the boxes because he knows me, right? So all of those things that he was doing, but there was something, right? So this lady contacted me that he lived. So the person, he says his daughter lived with him. The woman is a woman he moved in, and she contacted me because she was fed up of him talking to me all the time and talk about love you and all the rest of it, and telling me on top of something. Basically, that was very off-putting for her because she was his woman that he moved in, and then he was disrespecting her by talking to me, but I didn't know she was there. He claimed it was his daughter that was there, right? And so she called me and told me everything. She told me that him and her started talking, he moved her in June, and she saw all the messages from me, and the time when I was saying to him that something wasn't right, I felt something was off, that was when she moved in. So that's what I was sensing, that it's changed. I was telling him that, right? And she was saying to me that she knew that I'm not interested like that because I told him that I've separated from my husband for 12 years. I don't want nobody, I choose to be alone and so on. She told me everything. So I'm like, this is true then, because he's not a random person calling me. She have access to his phone, his messages and so on, right? She told me all of that, right? And she even told me that he hit her, they fight, and all the rest of it. Imagine, you just moved the person in. It wasn't even, when she called me, I think it was still June, and he moved her in June. And he moved her in, he was eating because of her, right? She was working as a security. He was eating because of her. She had a property she was going to sell, and he's going to get benefit from it. But yet, he couldn't treat her with respect. That's the piece of shit that he is, right? Imagine somebody is there feeding you, supporting you, giving you, yeah. giving you satisfaction and whatever else, and all you can do is abuse them, right? That's the kind of person that he is. So anyway, I have the recordings anyway, I have all the evidence. So anyway, so yeah, the woman told me everything and told me that she was there from when, and she even told me other stuff, but I don't want to say that right now. But yeah, and told me, oh, you have a lot of other women that he talks to on the phone and what he say them name under and all the rest of it. And apparently that he told her he's trying to get something out of me or whatever else. But I told her I don't understand that, because I told him I don't work. For years I haven't worked because I haven't been well, So I don't understand. I don't quite understand his obsession with me. Because I made it clear from day one, and I remind him a number of times, because I know that maybe his drive is money, but I don't have it like that. So sometimes I sit and say, wait, what make you interested in me? You say, love me. I say, what make you love me? Because I don't, not because I'm not the type of woman who like ask a question, but I want to ask it because I don't quite understand his interest in me, really. Because I'm not 100% well. Plus, I'm older, much older than him. Also, I don't have money. So I kept thinking, trying to figure out. But no, his obsession with light, him wanting to destroy goodness. That was it. That was it. I couldn't put my finger on it. And as a person who's a narcissist, it needs someone to feed off. And I was the perfect person to feed on. Right? Anyway, the woman told me everything. Yeah. So anyway, I thought, oh wow. And I tried to talk to him about it, right? And he denied it. He cried it. Oh my, that man can ball. You see man online acting like Mr. Macho Man. The man can ball for everything. The man ball and say, Allah, she a tell I am ex-baby mother, and she this and she that, and I first them do it, and according to him, I am feeling that a phone in use. And I'm like, no, that's not appropriate. Because if you say that a phone in use, why would you make your daughter have access to conversation you have with a woman where I look? You know what I mean? I said, why would you allow that? I said to him, you violate me. Because even if you're a woman, you violate me. And if you're a daughter, you violate me. Because no one should be seeing our conversation. You know what I mean? So right there, so you're wrong. Anyway, you take it, you're wrong. You know what I mean? So I told him off about that. But it was clear that in the end, I mean, he denied it. And he cried. But the thing with me, right? I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to make sure I have enough evidence. I already doubted him, and I prayed and said, Father God, expose him. And that's what God sent this woman. I asked God to expose him because I knew something wasn't right, and I wanted to claim, I wanted a reason to just cut him off, really, right? So when the woman told me, I was like, thank God. And she was saying, thank God she can't away from him, because he was already manipulating her, and she was already fed up. She wasn't even there for 1 month good, and she was already fed up. This is the kind of man that this person is, right? I use the word man quite loosely as well. Yeah, because it isn't a man. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, the woman told me so many things. He denied it, he cried, he begged, and whatever. So I said to her, I went back to her, look, he's denying everything. And she said to me that when she was, what he did, he sent her a text. And I said to her that she was at work, and he was like, I know you're not at work. You better come, a man the other day, you better come and get your things them before we throw them out. Right? So it's that night, when she called me the day, it's that night she left there, and she told me everything. So I called her back and said to her, you know what? That text that you say you send it to me, please, because I want some more evidence. Because he's balling and whatever, and I just feel like either I'm wicked or she's lying. Because all kind of man ball so and behave the way and behave and a true attack. You know what I mean? I'm like, Jesus Christ. But it turned out he was lying. It turned out all them balling and something that he was lying. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I thought, all right. But I got the evidence and he still denied it as well. But I thought, okay, cool. Then I was there and I thought, all right. I tell him, I'm not fact, before I approached him about him, right? I said to him, look, if you just tell me the truth, I don't care if you have somebody down there. You know what I mean? Because you're living in a different country, we're not together, and you have needs. You know what I mean? I wouldn't care, because the way, and he's like, oh, why wouldn't you say that? Because I didn't really love him like that, and I don't see myself with him. You know what I mean? So I said to him, look, tell me the truth. If you admit to it, I don't have an issue with that, right? But he still denied it, right? But anyway, And then another time now I was on the live, I left it there because I thought to myself, I'm not going to commit to him, so I don't really care. And I'm not 100%, but I'm going to keep my eyes open because I'm sure very soon the truth will definitely come out. Or he will walk away or whatever else, because I realized that he's planning something. So anyway, I was still working with him. We're still working together, right? So we're working together still. And then one night I was on the live and he kept leaving and he left for a long time, and I was calling him, couldn't hear him. The woman called me again and told me that she's in the house. She just left the house because she left and she gave him money to must sell. She left something for him to sell basically, and she gave him money to buy something to sell, and he used up all the. He didn't want to give her the money. She left her food there and ate all of it and all the rest of it. So she come for her money and he won't give her money, and she complaining to me, oh, I should let him give her money and all the rest of it. And I'm like, judge her. And she's like, he just said to you so and so and whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, so I told him, and then he obviously he couldn't deny that one, but what he was saying is that she was trying to trap him. She was trying to trap him, coming to let him on sleep, and then to trap him and to lie on him and whatever. But yeah, the man always has some kind of excuse and so on. But here's the worst part of it. Well, everything is worse so far, but here's the other part, right? There's a certain woman that came to the live when we were doing the live that he claimed liked him, and tried to approach him in his inbox, and he told the woman that he was talking to me and whatever else, but she kept persisting, and he kind of shut it down, but she was kind of interacting with him still and coming to support us and whatever. So when he went to the live now to disgrace me and call out my name and all the rest of it, and put me down, this woman was on the live and talking about whoa and enjoying all the disrespect that was given to a fellow woman, right? Yeah. So I went over there with a different account because I realized it was over there slandering my name, and I screen record everything. Not everything, some of it, because I didn't see it the whole time. And I see all the people that was joining in and enjoying what was going on. People some of them who were brought over there in the first place, and then other people as well. So I thought to myself, you know what, this guy's out there disgracing me. I'm not going to join with him and do that because I am not that kind of person, right? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to inbox some of these people, and because he's out there saying I'm crazy and all the rest of it. So I'm going to inbox some of these people and show them what he is and show them who is crazy. So I send some of them the picture that you sent me with the ROPE, right? The night before, or the same night I think it was, that when he threatened to come and disgrace me on TikTok and tell me he's going to unalive himself and whatever. And I sent the video and I sent a few more stuff. And then the same woman that was in there saying whoa and all the rest of it, the one who approached him, right? This woman, this, oh my word. Yeah, this Jezebel, the same one, I sent it to her to warn her because I know that she's going to go to talk to him because I know she liked him. You know what she did? She sent it back to him. She told me, oh, she'll talk to me tomorrow. And while she was there sending it back to him now, communicating with him, and he sent it straight back to me and show me that she sent it back to him. I'm like, look at that. I'm inboxing these people discreetly, and he's out there disgracing me. I'm trying not to join with him and put it out there in the public, but I'm telling people in their inbox, and she sent it back to him. Alright? And then when I said to her why you did that, oh, I don't want to get involved. I said to her, look, if you don't want to get involved, you left it in your damn inbox and don't reply to me. You don't forward it to the person. You've added more fuel to the fire. You know what I mean? Not that I can do anything, but obviously, I'm sending that to you to protect you, right? So you know what is what. And you're then sending it back to the person. Another person again, I think some days after, cause I didn't really, I don't remember what, I think she blocked me, I don't remember how it went, but I found her WhatsApp because the guy told her that that I hate her and whatever else, and she bought it. She didn't even talk to me about it. Anyway, so I found her WhatsApp number because a while back she sent it to me, but I never used it. So I tried to WhatsApp her to warn her about what was happening, what was the person and so on, because she was there, and she's the one that he tried to throw in my face and say she got to take home the place and whatever. So I started to inbox her and tell her what the guy is like and so on, and she replied to me in a rude way and tried to say, oh, she don't want to get involved, it's not her business. I said to her, hello, I don't want to advise for you, I don't want to help from you. This message is just to protect you and to warn you. And then she's like, okay, thanks. Before I know it, I said to her, look, do what you will, block me, do whatever you want. But I'm just telling, I've done my job. I've done my duty as a woman, as a human being, right? So do what you will. She blocked me, right? She blocked me on WhatsApp, she blocked me on TikTok. And then she went on now to take my quote unquote, take my place, which they can't, because, yeah. They all were over there. Apparently now they've scattered. Yeah, they're over there and like this draw my name, helping this serpent to draw my name all over the place. Yeah, now apparently they're falling out. The two Jezebels and him falling out apparently. I'm like, look at that. Anyway, so he continued to drag my name. And look what the serpent did now. So when I sent money, right? Because even apart from the time I sent before, there was one point when he was saying, oh, you haven't eaten, right? But because I realized, I said to you, there's a psychological thing going on between me and him. Day one passed, I didn't say nothing to him. So him not eat for 2 days. I didn't say nothing to him same way. 3 days, they say, I just said to him, sorry, and whatever else, right? But I didn't try to help because I realized the man is a manipulator. And when a 5 day, I'm going to say, oh, I'm weak and I'm hungry. I'm like, okay, let me just try and see. I didn't really have it. But let me try and see if I can get something and send to him. Because I might be telling the truth. Because I just didn't trust him. So I was just being cautious. Right? So imagine, I helped this person. And that night, he sat there disgracing me. He sat there with the phone that he bought. Because there's one time, the first one that I sent, he used it to buy a phone. I think a TV as well too. And the reason why the phone, because me and him was doing the live and he kept saying his phone not working good and cutting off. But I felt like all that was also an act to get money. But anyway, so he sat there with my phone in his gut, right? My phone is on and with my logo behind his back and slandering and disgracing me. Even right now he's using the stuff. Even right now, the stuff that he's using, I think even on WhatsApp, where he's blocked but I can still see the logo. Even the WhatsApp logo, I made it. Some of the stuff that he still use, I made them. You know what I mean? His logo on his art is the video. There's a video I made for him as well. Yeah. But you know some people then they just don't have no morals. Yeah. But anyway. So the woman now joined with him now because the live was going good. People, love the live and all the rest of it, and it's a positive, I brought my light there. They don't realize that one of the main reasons why the live was thriving is my light and my energy, right? Yeah. But anyway, so I happily walked away, and would you believe, right? Even after the man went on there and disgraced me, coming begging me to talk to him, begging me up until 2-3 weeks. I'm like, what the hell? I blocked him everywhere. Every time I blocked him, he found a way to contact me. He went on Facebook and called me. He went on Google, Gmail and called me. Oh, I'm going crazy. I never loved someone before and what like this. Imagine, you went on TikTok and destroy him. Try to destroy me and telling me you're going to destroy me and you're not going to stop until I leave TikTok. And when you get done with me, I'm going to be done and everything. And when you realize you don't destroy me, you want me to come back so you can finish, right? And you have all these people over there, these Jezebels, trying to help to destroy me as well. And then when you realize all of them don't make up to one of me, yeah, you're still trying to come back. Start emailing me now. I blocked you on email, then you I blocked the serpent on email, and he continued to email, and it was going to spam. And sometimes I didn't even realize when I checked 7 messages. One message will say, oh, please talk to me, please call me, I'm going crazy, please. And next one will say, oh, bitch, this, that, cussing me out. And then next one, sorry. Oh my God, the guy is so unhinged. It's last month now, about 21st, because I think this thing on the live up around the 7th or something. I'm like, you know what, I had enough of this. The guy kept begging me, while he was over there with these people, he's begging me to come back. And I'm like, there's no way it's going to happen. You know what I mean? So I ended up now, even though I didn't want to, because my business email, I have to delete my email. I said to him, look, I deleted it and I went on his WhatsApp and unblocked him. I said, look, I delete the email. So you can always send email. It will seem to you like it's been sent, but it won't be sent. He even sent me email of him kissing the 2 Jezebels one at a time. I'm like, trying to make me feel jealous. How can I be jealous about a piece of crap? Like, really and truly. You know what I mean? How can I even be jealous over it? But anyway, so I was like, you really don't know me. I don't care. So I don't care what you do. Even when you send the ROPs, you're gonna say, do you see I flinched? So why would I care about you kissing Jezebels? Like really and truly. But anyway, so I ended up now deleting my email around the 21st or something, 22nd, I don't know, it was last month, because this man kept bugging me, begging to come back, begging, even though it's over there with the woman parading, trying to disgrace me. And guess what now? The same person who I tried to help, to feed, to help with stuff, right? He went now and put my address out in the public, not knowing that I'm not that stupid, right? That's not even my address. Right? Because when I went to send the money, I said, let me choose an account that don't have my address. Because you have to be careful with people. Even one time, this person, this DJ said to me, you're going to give me a merch for my support. I didn't give him my address. I don't trust people like that. I make it send it somewhere. And until now, I haven't even warned that. I give it to somebody else. I'm a very funny person. I don't just take stuff from people and put on my skin and all the rest of it. I'm a nice individual, but I'm also trying to, be sensible. You meet people on TikTok, do you even know them? No. Anyway, so he doesn't have my address. He put my address out on TikTok and all over the place. He put my number out there and all the rest of it. And I'm like, look at this. Sorry if a manga dog and turn around and bite you. You got my address because I send you money and you use it against me. Yeah, so all of you who know what I'm talking, then you know what I'm talking about, right? And he tried to tarnish my name. I took some time off TikTok. When I was gone, I took some time off the main account, and I ended up opening another account in the meantime, a private one, because what he's been doing as well, giving people my number to contact me, all these sign monkeys, because these narcissists, they have people who they control, and then when you and them have issue, they send them to you. They say, oh, they're a good person, and all the rest of it, right? Currently, he has people, all right. I know of a woman on TikTok right now that he's been having under his control for like 4 years, and she's no longer under his control, right? And she testified to everything that I've been through. She's been through it as well. But when she said 4 years, I have to be honest, I'm just shocked. I couldn't put up with this man for 4 months, not even 2 months. This 4 to 6 weeks, to be honest, was like a headbutting into the wall thing. And about 4 or 5 times, or maybe 6 times, 4 to 6 times, I tried to take myself away. Because, yeah, it was just unbearable. So I don't know who can tolerate this crap. But anyway, so I've gotten out of it, right? He wanted me to come back, begging, pleading. Even when he have all these people around him, he's telling me, oh, he never met nobody that he love like me. You don't love. That man is not capable of love, right? He just uses and abuses people, manipulates. And if you try to challenge him or try to step away from him or not do what you want to do, I'm sure the same thing happened with those people that he might have followed, right? He couldn't control them, maybe even with the seed that I've sown, help them, you know what I mean, to get away and all the rest of it. Yeah. So these narcissistic people, they use you, they manipulate, they accuse, they tear you down. Even if you're somebody who you don't sleep around, they accuse you of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this individual, he has mommy issues. You know what I mean? I'm not just assuming that. I know that. Right? And he hates women. He pretend that he does. He go in there and say, oh, talk about abuse against women. We don't tolerate it. But yet he's beating the woman that he's moving to his house. Yeah. And then accusing women of sleeping around and doing all type of things. Yeah. But anyway. So this is my story. Yeah, so that time I went online and I said SYM. Yeah, I did say SYM, but that was when he provoked me to wrath and he kept on accusing me of all manner of things. When I finished cussing him that night, I was like, oh my God. Because one thing with me, right, my words are very powerful. And I try to use my words for good. Because I know that if I switch that up, trust me, people unalive. Like, not literally, but you know what I mean, spiritually, mentally, everything. It rip. Yeah, the same way you feel it in your soul and uplift you, the same way you can go in there and cut the shreds. And he experienced that from me, because I was just sick and tired of him accusing me of stuff, disrespecting me, manipulating me, trying to control me. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's my story. And I don't want nobody to tell me if you take it down, because I'm not going to take it down. This is my story, alright? I gotta stay up there. Oh, by the way, the same Jezebels, right? One of the Jezebels, the one that apparently took my place, quote unquote, right? I realized not long after that, I think it was a week or 2 weeks, She unblocked me on TikTok and come to comment on my thing and like my thing. I just blocked her immediately when I saw that. I'm like, hell no, go back over there. And then on the 6th of this month, she went on my WhatsApp, right, and tried to send me a message and called me, but my phone was off for so long. When I put it back on, I saw something, but I think I put it back on and then uninstalled it, and then I saw that something was coming, but until now it hasn't reached. So I don't know what she tried to send me. So recently I thought I was going to do it, but I thought to myself, let me just message her some days ago. That was a good 11 days later. I'm like, you have the audacity to try to contact me after what you've done. And would you believe the woman said to me, oh, she was contacting me because she was concerned because she heard things about me. And I'm like, does she not realize that I was aware that she was dragging my name all over the place with this man? Does she not realize I was aware that she was under the man's post about me laughing and whatever? Does she not realize I was aware of all that? Not more than because things didn't work out now and shit hit the fan. She's trying to come back or trying to make an ally. Stay over there and deal with the mess. Because I tried to warn you all about the serpent, but you didn't want to know, right? Oh, by the way, he also clicked what he claimed was a GUN in my head, in my ears, right? And threatened me and threatened to put out a hit on me. Apparently, he's putting out a hit on me. That's what he told me, right? Yeah, that's the next part of it as well too. So yeah, that's my story.